YouTube family, what up, what up, what up? Okay, happy Monday. So we're back on Monday Q&A. So any question you guys got regarding wholesaling, entrepreneurship, mindset, building, growing your business, your real estate empire, all of that, drop in the chat and let's rock and roll. And if you actually do have a long questions, I think what's even better is that if I'm able to bring you on a live call. So you know what? I think it's best if you drop in your phone number. Let's just say you got a long questions. Drop in your phone number and I will bring you on a call. So I'll call you and then you can ask me anything you want. But I've been having a lot of questions regarding wholesaling itself. VJ, what's going on, you guys? Michael, what's going on? So we're bringing back the Monday Q&A. So this is your time. If you have any questions regarding wholesaling, real estate, entrepreneurship, finance, you don't know where to start or what to do, this is the best time. So drop your phone number in the chat. I can bring you on live. I'll call you and then you'll be able to ask me live. I think that's the best way. So hold on a second. Michael said what? Oh, I don't know why. Oh, there it is. Michael said, what type of list do you pull? Michael, if you have a very tight budget, I would really narrow in on the list. So which means I would list stack. I would go pre-foreclosure. I would do tax liens. I would do high equity absentee owner and vacant. So I would target like vacant, high equity absentee owner, which means they don't live on the property. So the property's either vacant or is currently rented. All right. And I would target also do tax liens or code violation. Those are a really, really good list. And then when I say list stacking means that maybe the property is vacant and it's also in pre-foreclosure. Or maybe the property is vacant, but they also have tax liens. All right. Basically list stacking means that the property, the seller is in multiple situations. So they're like more likely higher distress. Make sense? Let me see here. I get this question all the time, man. It's like, do you need a license to wholesale? I don't know how many times I have to say this, but you don't. You don't need a license. You don't need a degree. You don't need a GED to wholesale real estate. Yep. Vacant, high equity absentee owner, tax liens, pre-foreclosures. Those are some good lists. Code violation. We do a cold call role play on Friday. So today is just a basic Q&A. So if you have a long question you want to ask me personally, the best thing to do is actually type in your phone number. So if your phone number start with a 9, then it's NINE. So you got to like type it out. If you put in number, like numeral, YouTube is going to block it. So I'm not going to be able to see it. Mindset said you have a title. You find a title company by finding your local title company and see if they handle assignment. Okay, I guess that's not a question. Okay. Mike said, what's the tax situation for every time? For every time, make a deal. So Mike, I don't know how much money you have made already in wholesaling, but a lot of you haven't made enough money and you worry about the whole tax situation. Like you worry about the whole tax situation. Okay. So let's just say, typically, you would have to pay 25 to 30%, all right, to Uncle Sam. So if you close on a wholesale deal, that's $25,000 minus, let's just say 25%. So you have to stack away $6,250. And if you have to ask me the questions about taxes, it means that you're probably not good with your, like all the time, a lot of time, what you guys need to do is spend between 15, no more than 20% of what you make. Like you shouldn't be out there. I don't care if you're working at a J, O, the B, or you're running your business, but you shouldn't spend more than 15 to 20% of your net income take home. That way you don't have to worry about it. But typically 25% or so on your taxes, okay? What other question you guys got, man? G Brown said, would you recommend driving for dollars? I'm in South Central Los Angeles, wondering it would work here. G Brown, man, driving for dollar works in any city, any states. It doesn't matter where you're at, man. Like it works anywhere. So there's an app that I use called Deal Machines Let me pin it right there. If you use my promo right there, that link, my affiliate link with them, they'll give you a $40 credit to start out with. And you get a 7 days or so free trial with them. But with that app, you can also drive for $1 virtually. So literally, you don't have to leave the comfort of your own home. You can do it all online. That's how advanced it is. Okay. Question. Drop in the chat, man. Let's rock and roll. We got about 20 more minutes. Can a wholesaler work with a realtor? Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you need an LLC before your first deal? Dude, no. VJ, you don't even need your license, dude, at all. The reason why you create an LLC, like once you start to do multiple deals, then you want to create an LLC. It only costs you, $250 to $500, right? The reason why you want to set up an LLC is just protect you in the long run. But you don't need an LLC to start out. Justin said I put in my phone number. Justin, you have to type it out, man. So let's just say if it's a 3, you type it out as THREE. If you put in like numbers, dude, they're gonna take it away. Like I won't be able to see it, man. Explaining a tax or a fee that doesn't even exist. I don't know. Someone can't even know. I don't even know what that question is, man. Let me see here. What is the 1% rule? The 1% rule, dude, the 1% rule kind of like guarantee that you're not going to lose your money when you're buying rental property. So let's just say that you buy the property for $100,000. It means that you have to be all in, ready to rent $100,000. So if you buy it at $100,000 and then you have to get $1,000 back in rent, that's called the 1% rule. So you buy for $200,000, dude, you need to get at least $2,000 back in rent. Because after all the mortgage, after all the utilities, everything is being paid property manager, it means that that property will still cash flow you net positive instead of negative. Make sense? But I'm telling you right now that rich people don't care about the whole cash flow. So let's just say if you make $10,000 a month right now, okay, from your J-O to B, you know how many rental property you have to own to actually replace that income? 50 at least. And how can you own 50 rental by working at a J-O to B within the next, let's just say 1 or 2 years? You can't. It's almost impossible. So a lot of you are focused your attention on the wrong thing. So I would say 99% of you that are watching me right now, you're not in a position to buy rental property. Your goal is to get rich first. Your goal is to build the business first, because you can literally build a business and escape the JOB within like a year. All right. Let me go live on Instagram so we can get more questions. More questions. Okay. How do you stay so motivated? Do you meditate or what do you do? Dude, I don't meditate. All right. I don't have an alarm clock. So unlike all of these guys or gal that you listen to, all right, I don't meditate. I don't wake up at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't have an alarm clock. I let my body wakes up whenever it wants. All right. And to me, dude, that's the freedom of becoming the millionaire. I always wanted that. I said that when I get rich, when Lon and I become a millionaire, man, we're financially set. I don't want no stupid alarm clock. I ain't gonna meditate. So I don't meditate. Lon does. Okay. I'm not saying that. So listen, what I share with you might work for me, but it might not work for you. Okay. I can tell you right now, dude, I don't really have a schedule. I wake up, I just know what I need to do that day, and I just go execute it. You see, it's not about what time you wake up. It's what you do during the time that you're awake, my friend, that's going to change your life. That's it. The amount of action that you take during the time that you are awake. Some people are night owl, right? Some people don't work so well in the morning, but they freaking crush it at nighttime. So my whole thing is so here's the 2 things that I wake up every single day that I check. You want to know what that is? 2 things. Actually, you know what? 3 things. All right. Number one, I do this in order. Every single morning, I check my bank account. A lot of you do, you're not keeping your eyes on your money. I check my bank account. Why? Because I have too many accounts. When you have too many bank accounts, when you have too many businesses, I need to know what's going in and what's going out of my account. Like, dude, you need to stay on top of your money. Because if you don't, dude, it's going to go. Somebody's going to come and snatch it and take it and lose. Like, you wouldn't even know, right? So every single day, I check my bank account every morning. The next thing I check is the weather. Let me tell you why. Because where I live, it rains all the time. So I need to know, can I take baby Rory out for a ride today? And then typically my first 30 minutes, dude, I just freaking cruise. I turn on the music and I get myself in a good mood, man. But, you know, that's what I check. So my bank account, the weather, every single day. Number 3 is obviously I'll check my email, right? But that's pretty much it. Okay. And to answer your question is what's keep you motivated, man? Dude, what keeps me motivated, bro, is that I want to make Lon, like I want to be able to be the guy that Lon said, Khang, I want that. And I want to be able to get it for her without even like, oh man, I don't know, man. That's expensive. You see, expensive or not is irrelevant. So if you make, let's just say you make 10,000 a month and you have to go buy something for 1,000, it's expensive, right? Because that's what, is that what, 20% or what? But if you, let's just say if you make 100,000. So here's how I look at money now. And I share this, it's not to impress you guys, but impress upon you. Here is how I look at viewing how I spend my money. Check this out. So back way before when Lon and I was dead broke, living in a little shed behind a mobile home park. I think by this time, you guys know my story already. So check this out, Instagram fam and YouTube. So when Lon used to cry over losing $20. So $20 back then when you were broke, man, when you're making $8.50 an hour, that's 2+ hours of my life, right? $20 felt like it was $200. That's why you don't see me go out there dropping $20 on a shirt. I don't. All my shirt that I buy, dude, typically they're like between 10 to like 15 bucks. All right? I'm not into designer clothes. Lon would shop at Forever 21. Okay. And $100, dude, it felt like we're spending $1,000. So I want to give you guys kind of like the mindset, like your way of viewing money will change as you grow and as you make more money. Okay. So back then, $20 felt like it was $200. Spending $100 felt like it was $1,000. So when Lon and I go to a restaurant and we would drop a tip, dude, Lon and I would tip between, I would say, between $2 to $3. $2 to $3, right? And I gotta talk. Now, here's how I view it. $20, dude. I wouldn't even know if I lost $20. $100 felt like I'm spending $20. If I spent $1,000 on something, it felt like I spent $100, right? So I'm just sharing with you guys once again, and I share this. It's hopefully that this can inspire you, because I started from nothing. I started from like, dude, spending $20 was a lot of money. So now when I spend like $1,000, it really only felt like maybe $100 or $200. So let's just say if I go buy a gift and it's like $1,000, I'll be like, okay, I spent $100 or $200. Like it doesn't even mean anything. Now, if I drop like $10,000, it still feels $10,000. So I want to get to the point where if I drop 10 G's, dude, it felt like I just dropped $1,000. All right. That's my goal. And then I want to be one day to be able to spend like $100,000 in a month without like, oh my gosh, like that needs to be 10% of what I make. So my goal is I want to get to $1 million a month. And honestly, dude, I'm not going to sit here and say like you would hear everybody else. Oh, well, you know what motivates me because of this and that. Dude, I'll tell you straight up, dude. 2 things that motivate me to get out of bed today, bro. Number 1 is the wifey. Like, I want to make her dreams come true. That's number 1. Like, Lon tell me, hey, Khang, I want to drop $10,000 on that purse. Or, hey, Khang, I want to spend $10,000 on this nice luxury Airbnb. I want to be like, okay, let's do it. Without hesitant. without like, oh man, that's a lot. That's what drives me because I felt like I'm not there yet. Right? Dude, I want to make like Lon said, hey, I want that ring. It's 100,000. Boom, let's get it. Done. Easy. 1 week of work. Actually, I want that to be like 3 days of work. I'm not there yet. Okay? The next thing is, dude, you can call me whatever you want. All right? Most people are like, oh, I'm not material. Dude, Lon and I. Lon loves diamond. I love car. And there's a car right now I want to get, man. I can go get it right now. But I want to get to the point where I can make at least $1 million a month. So that's my goal right now, is to get to a point where I'm going to make $1 million a month. I want to go out there, dude, and buy some more supercar, man. Period. And the thing is, a lot of you say, well, Khang, what motivates you and what drives you? And a lot of you right now, there should be one thing, man. It's freedom. Freedom. If freedom is not enough to motivate you, dude, I don't know what is. Dude, here's what I mean by freedom. Freedom to do whatever the F you want, whenever you want, wherever you want, with whoever the F that you want, man. Freedom is not waking up and go to a J-O to B, man. Freedom is like, hey, I want to go in to work today or not. Hey, I want to hang out today. I want to do this. I want to go here. I want to fly private. I want to go first class. Right? So to me, if that doesn't even enough to drive and motivate you, dude, I don't know what is. So a lot of you, dude, if you can't self-motivate yourself, listen to what I'm saying. If you cannot self-motivate yourself to get out of bed, to do the things that you're supposed to do that is required from you to succeed, then listen to me. Entrepreneurship is not for you. Period. Am I clear? If you need someone to freaking push you and motivate you and keep you excited to sell you on your dreams, dude, you're probably better off just to stick it to the J-O, the B, because you ain't going to make it, man. You ain't going to make it. Dude, at the end of the day, dude, it's just Lon and I. Period. We're just pushing each other. But you have to push yourself. You have to why you want to succeed, why you want to make a boatload of money, why you want to become financially free. Why? Dude, because I want to go out there, dude, and I want to buy shit up, dude. I want to buy some supercar. I want to buy this. I want to buy that. I'm just going to tell you straight out. I don't need to be like, well, I don't need to come up with some crazy story. Oh, well, I want to help the world. I want to change. Yes, you know what? So Lon and I talk about donation, charity, dude. We do a lot of that on the side that you guys don't see. But I'm not going to sit here and talk about that, dude. Right? That just comes along with it. But what gets me out of bed is well, I know. I want to feed some, I want to make money. I want to feed the kid today. Nope. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys like that. I'll just tell you how it is, dude. All right. How do you wholesale when interest rates are so high? It doesn't matter, bro. Dude, as a wholesaler, dude, we don't care about the interest rate, dude. We don't care what's going on. As a wholesaler, all we're doing is that we just need to get the property for less than what 30-40% less than what the property goes for. If the housing market is that house go for 100,000 right now in today's market, boom, get it for 50K. Somebody would buy it, man. An investor would buy it because some investors don't care about the interest rate. They get cash, and a lot of them likes to buy and hold it for the next 5 to 10 years because they got so much money. They want to play the long-term game. So as a wholesaler, you're like, oh man, the interest rate's so high, nobody's gonna buy. Sound like a little bitch right now, dude. You sound like you're just making up excuses so you don't have to do the work. Interest rate's so high. That's why I can't get a deal. No, you can't get a deal because you're lazy. You're not willing to put in the work, man. My most recent student, Andrew, his English, dude, his accent is worse than mine. His upbringing is worse than mine. He made over 100,000 cold call. You know what he just did, bro? And I did an interview with him on YouTube. He just closed on a deal with 288 G's. A lot of you, well, he made over 100,000 phone call. Well, dude, some people will spend over $100,000 to go to college, spend 8 years of their life to get a degree, to come out barely even make 100K. This cat came from another country. Come on, man. Shit. William said he's not even answering question. Dude, what's your question, bro? Because there's no, you see, when I answer question, I also want to pick good question. I just don't want to answer any questions. I want to pick some good question to answer. So to let me know you got some good question, man. If I don't answer your question because it's probably not good. All right. Well, that's a joke. You know, sometimes I got too many questions and it's hard to pick. Okay, so when taking a mortgage into an account, if they owe $50K on a $100,000 mortgage, how does that work when wholesaling? Okay, this doesn't make sense. So when they owe $50,000 on a $100,000 mortgage, if they have a $100,000 mortgage, how can they owe $50K? Wouldn't that mean they owe $100K? Come on, man, shit. Whoever this is, you're hurting my brain right now. So you're saying that if the property is worth $100,000 and if they owe $50,000 on it, how does that work? Correct? So your goal is that as long as you can offer them more than what they owe, then you should be fine. And still have the number make sense. So the property is worth $100,000, they owe $50K, maybe you offer them $51,000. So which means at the time of closing, now the seller agreed to sell their property for $51,000. They owe $50,000. Well, so you would, you know, the $50,000 will pay off their mortgage. So the seller would walk away with $1,000. All right, Instagram family, what kind of question? Okay, so I'm going to get this. So this question is coming from Instagram now, okay? What is the most EMD I should put down as a wholesaler? As little as possible. So the question here, Joseph said, Khang, what is the most? Dude, the question is at least the least as possible. So I would say $10. $10. That's it. $10. And if you don't got $10, if you don't got $100 to put down as an EMD or even $200, dude, maybe this is not the game you want to play. Because if you can't come up with $100 or $200, because I know some of you are going to come up with a bunch of excuses, right? I know there's some excuse maker on here, right? I don't like, dude, two type of people that I don't want to work with. One, excuse maker. When you tell them to do something, instead of them trying to figure out a way to do it, you know, this and this, how hard it is, how this, right? They let anything hold them back from their goals and their dreams. No wonder why they're at where they are. Number two is lazy people. Hopeless. Those two types of people, you cannot help them. I don't care if you drive up in a Rari, a Lamborghini, doesn't matter. They get excited and they're like, I wish I was you. Bitch, you can be. But are you willing to put in the work? Are you willing to make the sacrifice? You can. Because I'm no smarter than you. I'm no better than you. I started where you were. Right? They always, I wish. Dude, you can. But you're not going to work as hard as me. You're not going to willing to sacrifice like I do. You're not going to willing to grind on the weekend. You're not going to willing to work during the holiday. But I will. And that's why I get to drive the Rari. I get to drive the Lamborghini. And you drive Prius. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, like, do you guys understand what I'm saying? When they're lazy, man, they're hopeless. You can't motivate them. You can't excite them. Nothing. You just can't. The people that when I talk to you, I know their life is going to change, man. You can see it. You can feel it in them. All right. Okay, we got about a few more minutes and we got to bounce. Okay, Jackpot Hunter said, where can a person find the owner of the property? I tried several options and they haven't worked. Well, Hunter, have you tried number one, skip and flip? Try that. Okay. That's a skip tracing software that I use. My team use. Some of my students use them. All right. Check them out. What other questions? Bro, how much would you charge using your strategies? Joseph, I don't know what you mean, man. By using your strategies. I don't know. You get 91 G's. So the guy's like, I got $91,000. What should I do? So Joseph, man, the first thing you need to do, bro, is you need to take that and invest into your self-education. Okay, man, we got 3 minutes and I'm going to freaking... I saw people on TikTok. This is their financial advice, which I think is the worst advice ever. They're like, well, you know what? Take your $500, take your $100, put it into the S&P 500, the VPP, the little crypto. So they're telling you to take your baby money and invest into a stock. What is that going to do to you? It's like, dude, it's like the most dumbest freaking finance advice ever. The only thing you should do with your baby money, if you want to get rich in the next 3 to 5 years, is to invest it all back into your self-education. Figure out what business you want to launch, you want to start, and freaking take all the cash you got. Don't buy stupid shit, all right? And then just invest into your self-education and freaking into your business. It should be the only investment that you should be focused on. You don't want to put into the SP 500. Dude, that's just baby money. Even if it's double, even if it goes up double, how much are you going to make? You just flip your $500 into $1,000. Ooh. Dude, you would get rich by the time you're 70. Who wants to be a millionaire by the time they're 70? And then you're still grinding at the job thinking, you know what? If every single paycheck, if I can just carve out $500 or $300, and if I just stack away in the SP 500 or the VPP or the CCC or the freaking 401k, good luck. You will retire when you're 75, and you will walk around like a grandpa because you've been grinding all your life away at the job. Try to stack the little baby money away. Listen to all these financial guru doo-doo that give you the worst advice ever. The only thing you need to do with your baby money to turn that $500 dude or that $50 is into your self-education. Figure out what business you want to start, what career you want to get in, what side hustle you want to do, and then take that and just invest into yourself. Once you start like getting some results, dude, reinvest. Keep on freaking put that money back into your business until you get to the point where your business can make you at least, I would say, $20,000 a month net. Take home. I'm not talking about gross. I'm talking about take home. Bring in your banky $20,000. Then your next move, dude, is to buy real estate. Period. There's no better asset. There's no better investment than yourself and real estate. The end. Period. But you got to get rich first. And when you're making $20,000 a month, you don't care about cash flow. I'm going to buy this property and it's going to give me $500 a month. You don't care about it. You don't. That's when you know you're ready to buy rental. You buy it because you're making too much money. And if you don't put it in real estate, Uncle Sam's going to come at you. He's going to take 40% of what you make. So if you make $1 million deal, you have to give Uncle Sam 400 G. But since you follow your boy King Khang, you're doing it the right way. You take that 400K and you park it into a freaking piece of real estate, and Uncle Sam gets nothing. Now you have an asset that will appreciate. If you buy for 400K, 10 years later, it'll worth 800 Gs. Because real estate typically doubles within 10 to 12 years. And then 10, 12 years later, you know what you're going to do, dude? You're going to go back to the bank and you're going to pull the 400K back out tax-free. Read my lips, dude. Then you go back to the bank. Now it's appreciates. It's double in value. You go back to the banky. You do what's called cash out refi. Any money, every dollar that you pull out of that property, tax-free. You're welcome. Which means if you're able to pull out $400,000, live on that 400K for the next 3 years, 2 years, you pay nothing to Uncle Sam because it's not considered as an earned income. It's considered a debt, a loan. So before I end this, which means if you can build a rental portfolio up to $1 million, Do you know that every 7 to 8, let's just say 7 to 10 years, if you can build your portfolio to $10 million in rental property every 7 to 10 years, did you know that you can go to the bank and you can pull $1 million out of that portfolio tax-free? So every 7 to 10 years, you got to pull $1 million out. That's it. You don't have to work anymore. Pull $1 million out. Boom, done. But how do you get there? Get rich first. Build a business first. Anyways, you guys, Instagram family, thank you so much. Once again, I hope this live added enough value to you to worth your time being on here with me. YouTube family, thank you so much. Until next time, you guys, remember, get your mindset straight, get your priority right, and make money. Focus on getting that money. All right, guys, until next time, take care. And let's go get this money. Dude, dropping bomb.